Whoa, big ace-king for Andy.
Just the kind of hand Andy's looking for right now. He's on the short stack with 5 players left. The question is, does he raise a little or does he raise a lot? Definitely going to raise.
He's got a gigantic hand, ace-king. He says all in.
Well, there's your answer. He's shipping it.
Brackesi out. Now Daniel Centuro also goes away. Will he get the action, though, from Christian?
300.
Who just has a jack-8 of diamonds.
Well, the WPT Player of the Year is not the guy you're looking to double up in this spot, so Arthur going to fold the jack-8. And Andy Frankenberger's dreams of winning a second WPT title tonight are still alive.
There's a quick break in the action, but we've got more to come, including a new edition of the Season 10 Ones to Watch when the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com, continues. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com. This season on the WPT, we're following the lives of 7 young poker players who we believe have the potential to become the next breakout star in poker. Now here at Foxwoods, we caught up with Dylan Horton, Ebony Kinney, and Doc Sands as each tries to make their way on the tournament trail in a segment we call Ones to Watch.
I love to grind. I'm a sick degenerate.
I made it to the final table.
I'm a ones to watch, so that should be interesting.
No. I think this year is my year.
I'll win one eventually.
Ones to watch. Today is day 1 of Foxwoods main event.
I'm at Foxwoods for the WPT main event.
Happy to be here. Got a good turnout so far and a great table, so looking forward to a productive day 1.
Doc Sands is a good poker player who's transitioned into live really well.
Doc Sands, phenomenal player, aggressive, hungry, intelligent.
He has a great track record. I would peg him as one of those guys that's just capable of anything.
Doc's cutthroat when he's out there. Doc is one of the most intimidating players at the poker table.
He's kind of a sicko. He's one of those people that is constantly putting you to the test. There's never a sit back, relax, breathe easy moment with Doc.
And I'm definitely going to try to accumulate chips in these last 2 levels. I'm not playing to cash. I'm not playing to make day 3. I'm playing to win.
But he's also capable of just being very patient and just holding out for a really long time, because that's the optimal way to play it.
Just try to play my best poker given the situation, run up my stack.
He's a very quick learner and just devours information. He can take a table and kind of size it up and decide how he's going to play that day.
Every time I put a chip in the pot, I'm trying to figure out what my opponent's response to that action is going to be and be aware of all the counter moves my opponent might make.
Doc Sands takes a long time to act, regardless of the situation. But yeah, he thinks way too much.
Throws the hood up, he sits there, but he waits.
Extremely infuriating to play with. But other than that, I think he's good.
Basically just a game where you want to think as many levels ahead of your opponents as possible.
Once you get to that point in your game, you're just good. You're just playing good.
Doc does a good job bringing it.
He's the man.
Overall, this tournament, I'm really happy with how I played. So, you know, I'll cool off after the beat and just kind of dissect my game and look for other places to play better. But like I said, overall, I'm pretty happy other than the result.
And Vince, the consensus among the ones to watch was that Doc Sands is the one to watch out of the group.
Well, they all look really tough and eager. Will be exciting to watch.
Yeah, these are the ones to watch right now, because one of these guys is going to have their name etched up on the WPT Champions Cup when this night is over.
Action going to the pawn shop, man. Bob Carbone.
Yeah, he looks down at an ace-4 offsuit here. And he's a 62-year-old amateur. Been in the pawnbroking business for 26 years. Got in this tournament by winning a $250 satellite. He is going to raise it up under the gun here with the ace-4 offsuit.
Yeah, makes it 36,000 to go. And now Andy Frankenberger going to fold Stephen Brackesi with an attractive king-jack of diamonds here.
Well, he's on the button, in position, pretty good hand, so going to make the call to see a flop.
Centuro out, as well as Christian Harder, so we have two-way action.
And flop comes 10-7-4, so the pawnbrokers flop bottom pair with top kicker, and he's moved all in. Now Brackesi missing that flop, obviously going to go out.
So Bob Carbone with a gutsy play there, pushing all in, taking the chips down. That's got to make him happy.
Well, I'll tell you, Vince, most are wild that he made it to this final table, but you got to love it guy's 62 years old, an amateur player. He's a pawnbroker.
Wow.
And most of the dealings he does with poker players when they're bringing in their stuff to hock to get a bankroll to go back and play on. And yet here he is at the final table tonight going for this title.
The old man, yeah. The old man.
Man of the hour. The pawnbroker did it, the old man.
I got into this tournament by a satellite. I started with a $250 satellite, won that seat. It feels fantastic. It really does.
Wow. Oh.
I worked very hard at learning how to do this. Matter of fact, I went to a boot camp with Linda Johnson, very nice lady. This was about 9 years ago. She basically taught me how to play the game. The boot camp taught me how to play tournaments.
Shut up, keep your cards down, and don't talk.
And I just believed that someday it could happen. I didn't say it would, I said it could. And here I am.
I hit the miracles of all miracles.
Dreams come true.
Oh, boy, that is great. His dream is coming true, Mike.
He says he learned to play at WPT Boot Camp. It's a great place to learn how to play. Visit WPTBootcamp.com for more information.
All right, action on, Andy.
Frankenberger going out.
Stephen Brackesi out as well. Now Daniel Centuro.
2009. It was 2009.
Queen Jack of Diamonds on the button.
Wasn't old enough in 2007.
Obviously going to raise with this hand.
Yeah, makes it 36,000 to go. Now Christian Harder behind him in the small blind. Peeks down at an ace-4 of hearts.
Kind of hand you like to see a flop. And obviously Harder wants to see a flop, so he makes the call.
And now Bob Carbone.
I think it called. You're on fire.
Bob with a 10-8, but he's got money in there already, but no, he releases his hand.
It's about 100,000 out there. Would have cost him 20,000 to call, so a lot of guys would have been priced in there to make that call. Oh, when it comes 8-8-7, the pawn shop man missed his chance to cash a ticket here.
Boy, did he ever. And they both check. And a queen on the turn. That hits Daniel Centuro.
Now Harder checks the ace high.
Daniel now with top pair of queens.
And he's reaching for some betting chips. Gonna bet 40,000. Only about 40% of the pot. So Harder gonna make the call with the ace high. Thinking the ace high might be the best hand.
Deuce of spades on the river, helping neither player. Christian checking again. He's got just ace high. Daniel with queens.
Guy calls you on the turn with 2 8s out there, and now 3 spades come out. Some players will be leery about betting on the river, but not Centuro. He believes his queens are the best hand, so he's going to bet 100,000.
100,000. Will Christian get tricky here?
Vince, he's thinking about just calling with the ace high. Thinks it might be the best hand.
Might be a big mistake. Looks around and finally comes to his senses, folds his hand. Daniel Centuro takes down the pot, and we have a 3-way race for the chip lead amongst Christian, Stephen, and Daniel.
Tonight's champion is going to win the lion's share of the $1.7 million prize pool, along with having their name added to the prestigious WPT Champions Cup. Guys, what do you make of what we've seen so far?
Well, Vince, we've been talking about what a great player Christian Harder is, which he is, but tonight he is catching great as well.
So far tonight, he's had aces twice, including the hand in which he knocked out local physician Eli Berg.
Mike, what a cast of characters, including local pawnbroker Bob Carbone. Now, he is up against 4 professional players, including the reigning Player of the Year, Andy Frankenberger. One guy who could relish the opportunity to take down a second WPT title. He's on the short stack, but he's a great player, and I still like his chances. Who will take this title? It is very interesting. Kimberly.
Well, you guys bring up a very valid point. In this sport, not only do you have to play well, but you have to run well as well. We'll be back next time with continuing coverage from the WPT Season 10 Foxwoods World Poker Finals. Until then, for Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, the Royal Flush Girls, and the entire WPT team, I'm Kimberly Lansing saying thanks for watching. Good night.
The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
In the Connecticut countryside, poker's best test their skill on the green felt, but only one of them will come out of the woods a WPT champion. Continuing coverage of the Foxwoods World Poker Final starts now, only on the WPT.
Well, the crowd all standing.
He is circling the drain.
They are going bare knuckles in the center of the ring.
He would love to knock this loudmouth out.
We're midway through this final table where 5 players are competing for the next WPT title here at Foxwoods. So let's check in with Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten for their thoughts on the action. Guys, what do you make of what we've seen so far?
Well, what we've seen so far is the tough young pro, the 23-year-old Christian Harder, has assumed command. He's the chip leader at this final table.
He knocked out physician Eli Berg in 6th place.
But he's not only a great player, he's been catching well at this final table.
So far tonight, he's been dealt pocket aces twice. Now, Vince, if he keeps catching cards like that, obviously, he'll be very hard to beat.
That's right. The drama is moving fast here at Foxwoods. We have a 62-year-old pawnbroker, and he is holding his own at this final table, and I'm pulling for him. You never know when you're going to need a guy who can loan you some money on your side. But he's up against 3 other pros, a local grinder, Stephen Brackesi, a young tough player, Daniel Centuro, and the most dangerous player at this final table, reigning player of the year, Andy Frankenberger. Now, Andy's on the short stack, but he knows what it takes to win, and he still has a shot to capture his 2nd WPT title. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, as you can see, Christian Harder out in front with Stephen Brackesi and Daniel Centuro right on his heels. They've all got about $1.5 million in chips. Bob and Andy on the short stack, but it's still anyone's game.
All right, back to the table we go. Stephen Brackesi now with a big ace-10.
Most guys would raise with a 5-handed poker game with this hand. And Brackesi does just that, makes it 37,000 to go.
Centuro now with a king-jack.
This is what we call a trouble hand when you're calling raises with the king-jack. If the king comes up, you're afraid your opponent might have ace-king or king-queen where you're dominated, but Centuro is going to make the call. You've already said he likes to play a lot of pots. He's proven it.
And Christian Harder, I can't believe it. Another huge pair of kings.
It is incredible. He's had aces twice at this final table. Now picks up kings.
And he's not going to make it cheap. He does do the raise. 127,000 to go. Bob Carbone looking at him, saying, you guys are gambling. Bob out. Andy now. Big pot brewing here.
Well, Andy looks down at ace-10 of clubs. The pot's been raised
All
and
in.
re-raised to him, but he quickly goes all in.
Wow, very
I'm
surprising.
surprised by this. I don't like this play.
Brackesi out. Daniel also going out.
I call.
I don't like it because no matter what Harder has, he's priced in to make the call. So you actually have to win the pot with the ace-10. Otherwise, you're going to be out of here in 5th place.
Well, that's the gamble. We got a big one going here. The WPT Player of the Year. He's a dog at this point.
Well, let's see if he gets lucky. He's trying to win a big pot. Got a shot to do it here.
Christian Harder can't hide the smile from his face. Here we go. 5 cards to come. Poker destiny on the line right now. Here come the first 3.
Well, it's come 9-5-4 with 1 club, so Andy can catch an ace to take the lead. He can catch 2 running clubs to make a flush or 2 running cards to make a straight, but right now he is up against it.
Yeah, Christian with the kings out in front. Here we go with the turn.
Well, the board pairs 5, so we are down to the river. Andy Frankenberger must catch an ace on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
One of the greats, a WPT Player of the Year, in massive trouble right now. Will the mustard come off the Frankenberger? We will see. He'd love to pop this card with an ace.
Well, it's a 10. So Andy Frankenberger makes 10s up, but it's not good enough as Christian Harder. His 2 kings are going to win this pot and eliminate the reigning WPT Player of the Year, Andy Frankenberger.
Andy, always a great gentleman. He's going to pick up $100,000 for his efforts. He will not become a two-time WPT champion. We are down to 4 players, and right now, Andy Frankenberger going over to talk to Matt Savage.
Andy, not exactly what you wanted, but another successful tournament on the World Poker Tour. What's it going to take for you to get the respect you deserve in poker?
I'm not really concerned about getting respect. I think my record pretty much speaks for itself, but I would like to get back here sooner than later so I can do a little bit better than I did today.
I think you're doing your job, proving yourself time after time. Congratulations, and I'm sure we'll see you at another final table this year.
Thanks, Matt.
Well, it's a tough break for Andy Frankenberger. He won't get a shot at a second WPT title today, but I expect him back real soon.
With Andy Frankenberger out in 5th place, we're getting closer to adding a new name to the WPT Champions Cup. Who's it going to be? Mike, Vince, take it away.
Well, there you see the chip counts. Christian Harder out in front, and on the short stack right now is the amateur Bob Carbone.
And these are 2,000 blinds, 8 and 16,000. Action going to Daniel Centuro, who looks a little like Paul McCartney on the Let It Be album.
Looks more like Serpico to me.
Okay, here we go. He's got ace-6 of diamonds. He likes to play a lot of hands. Once again, with ace-6 of diamonds, gonna raise, makes it 36,000 to go.
Action over to Christian Harder, our chip leader. And he looks down at a king-10 offsuit.
This guy's only 23 years old, out of Annapolis, Maryland.
Well, he's demonstrating when the game gets short-handed, you have to play these marginal style hands if you want to become champion.
Well, he has called Carbone, the pawn man, out, but look at this, Stephen Brackesi, former construction guy, is going to make the call.
So the 3 pros all involved in this pot. The amateur just sitting by, hoping somebody goes broke.
There we go. Flops 4-4-3.
2 clubs.
Check. Helps no one. Brackesi quickly checking. Now Daniel Centuro. Who raised before the flop. Gets nothing on the flop, but gonna make a continuation bet. Looks like 60,000.
And Harder just gonna make the call here with a king-10.
Yeah, Stephen Brackesi out.
Vince, he is calling here to take the pot away from this guy if Centuro ever checks this pot.
2 young guys fighting for every pot. 2 of clubs on the turn.
So now possible straight, possible flush, possible full house.
Yeah, Christian with a 4 flush, but Centuro just with a straight draw. But he's going to fire again, it appears.
Well, he is not slowing down.
Looks like 120,000.
Christian Harder now has a king-high flush draw, so actually does have something to draw to here. And he's going to make the call.
Yes, he is. Very stubborn here, going to the river. Will he catch his flush? Nope.
Well, now the 7 of hearts comes off. Now what do you do if you're Centuro? You raise before the flop, you get called. You bet on the flop, you get called. You bet on the turn, you get called. And now a nothing card comes on the river.
Well, it would take a lot of guts to keep firing. Does the Long Islander have that kind of chutzpah? Yes, he does. He's going to stick out another bet, 190 grand. With absolutely zip and pip, Mike.
Yeah, looks like the gig could be up for Harder. Unless he's going to come over the top here. Well, I liked his train of thought, Vince. He was going to try to take the pot away from the guy if he ever checked, but Centuro never checked. He kept firing.
Oh, boy, and Christian disillusioned, has to muck his hand. Daniel Centuro stealing that pot away.
Well, the power of betting, folks. You saw it right there. Just keep on betting. Finally, your opponents relent.
I think some people recognize me in these tournaments, some don't. I mean, I've played enough where all it takes is one person to know. They ask their friends who that guy is.
In seat number 2, Daniel Centuro.
This would definitely be the biggest thing I've ever done by a healthy margin. I might get noticed a little bit. Maybe my cover will be blown.
Well, he's a tough young poker pro. Used to work in a toy store, but forget about the toys for now, Mike. He's going after big bucks here tonight.
Vince, you can't stay under the radar as a poker pro if you win a WPT title.
No, you can't. Back to the action, a couple folds, and now Stephen Brackesi with an ace, 4 of clubs.
That's the battle of the blinds here.
Brackesi, only his 4th WPT event ever. But he is one tough pro. And he is going to raise with his hand, makes it 43,000 to go. And now Daniel Centuro, look at this. He has picked up the Hilton sisters, the pair of queens.
He's got a real hand this time. I've seen him play a lot of pots with junk hands. Let's see how he plays a real hand.
Gotta be so excited. Good poker face by this young guy.
And he is going to come over the top.
Yep.
Going to make it 110,000 to go. So another 67,000. When a guy re-raises you, and ace-4 shrinks up a bit, quite a bit, but not to Brackesi.
Uh-oh.
He has come back over the top with what we call a 4-bet here.
Danger Will Robinson just saying, I don't believe you, Daniel, but Steven is wrong here.
Well, he has made it 243,000 to go.
Does Daniel just call? Maybe give the guy saying he has kings or aces. No, he doesn't. He's coming back over the top.
Well, he is 5-betting now, as we say.
That makes it 440 to go. And Brackesi should get the memo at this point.
Well, I would think so. He only has an ace-4 here.
But do you invest?
Come on.
What? Uh-oh.
He has gone all in.
This would be quite sick, huh? I call.
Daniel thinks he's beat at this point, but he has to call.
Well, he's afraid his opponent's got ace or kings. That's not the case. He just has ace high.
Brackesi on a complete brain freeze right there.
Well, incredible. The former construction guy might have hit his thumb with the hammer right here. Let's see. Came to this final table as chip leader. Could be out without getting some help.
The pawn shop man delighted these guys could be leaving before he does.
You're going to be heads up in 10, 20 minutes probably.
Well, everybody's stunned by this development, but it is not over.
It's impossible.
Ace-4 clubs versus 2 queens. Everybody on their feet here at Foxwoods.
Here's the first
Here's
three.
the flop. Wow. It's come 9-9-5. Daniel's queens out in front.
You covered then?
It's just a great flop for Centuro.
A couple hundred maybe, I think.
Obviously, Steven's going to have to catch an ace, 2 running clubs or 2 running cards to make a straight. And he catches a joker on the turn almost. It wasn't an ace, but the next best thing, the deuce of clubs comes off. He now has a flush draw and a straight draw, as well as can catch an ace to win this pot. He can catch a 3 or he can catch an ace. He definitely has outs, as we say, to win this pot. Can he get lucky to stay alive?
Down to the river for Steven. Can the former construction guy do it?
It's a 6 of hearts. That's going to do it for the pro out of Waltham, Massachusetts. Steven Brackesi is going to be shockingly out in 4th place.
Well, they play a different game than I do, that's for sure. Can't believe the raises on top of the raises. They're gambling here at Foxwoods. Steven's going to pick up 129,000 for his effort. We're down to 3 players, and right now Steven, sickened, going over to talk to Matt.
Steven, it was a 6-bet all-in with ace-4. What was your thought process there?
Small blind versus big blind. I just didn't believe he had that big a hand. Thought I could get him off it. I was wrong.
It's your first World Poker Tour final table. What are you going to do to get back here?
I don't know, take some time off and see if I can get back again and do a better job.
All right, Steven, thanks a lot.
A hand to remember for years to come. With Steven Brackesi out in 4th place, there are only 3 left to claim this coveted WPT title. Lots more to come tonight from Foxwoods, including this week's Champions Cup moment. And we'll also hear what Tony Dunst has to say in the Raw Deal when the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com, continues.
Season 10 of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com, where VIP members can win their share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
$7 million prize pool here tonight.
Well, we've got 2 pro players, 1 amateur left fighting it out for this title. The crowd's still stunned the way our 4th place finisher went out of this tournament, Steve Brackesi. Tapioca pudding for Steve. And Vince, I'll be curious to see what Tony Dunst has got to say about the way Steve played that hand in this edition of the Raw Deal.
Perhaps the most blatant recent evolution in poker is the quantity of pre-flop re-raise wars players are getting into.
All in. All right, let's go. Call.
At times, it seems as though poker has digressed into a Looney Tunes episode where each player attempts to pull out a slightly bigger gun. The shift in play is caused by the quantity of players becoming aware that playing re-raised pots out of position is highly difficult and often incorrect. So they opt for a razor fold strategy that creates a scenario where both players are aware of the dynamic and are therefore more likely to go to war. Stephen Brackesi and Daniel Santoro begin this hand in the blinds in a four-handed game with nearly 100 effective big blinds. The original raise from Stephen and the 3-bet from Daniel are both standard enough, but it's at the 4th bet where things begin to get interesting. Some players might think that holding a semi-connecting suited hand like ace-4 with very deep stacks and an aggressive blind versus blind dynamic, one could call and outplay them post. But against competent opposition that will fire multiple streets with a fairly wide range, it just won't be profitable. So Stephen makes a decision to take it to the 4th bet and makes a fairly small raise that puts the ball back in Daniel's court. With a hand as massive as queens in a blind versus blind scenario, at the 5th level, Daniel's only real decision is how to size his 5-bet. They began the hand a hair under 1.5 million effective, so Daniel's job is to find a size that's big enough to look like it wants a fold, but small enough to look like he's not mathematically committed to calling a shove. Apparently 440 was the magic number because it gets Stephen to fall for the trap and move in.
I'm on.
Hi, Paul.
Maybe some of you are wondering if it's possible to avoid these high-variance pre-flop confrontations that now seem to so often degenerate into stack-risking war. You're wondering if you can just bob and weave, picking your spots at especially opportune moments and hoping you don't get exploited. Then take solace in the wisdom of Sun Tzu, who said, "Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting." However, it's important to note that Sun Tzu died 2,400 years before the creation of poker, and that his strategy advice may be outdated.
Hey, I say forget about Sun Tzu. What happened to Scotty Wynn? Listen to him.
After the 4th bet with an ace-4 and the guy re-raised you again, just get rid of the hand.
All right, back to the felt we go. 3 players remain. And as you can see, Daniel Centuro from Long Island is the chip leader with about 3.2. Bob Carbone, our pawn shop broker, down to about 500. Andy's are going up to 3,000. Blinds 10 and 20. Action on Christian Harder.
Yeah, he's on the button here. Looks down at ace-3. Going to raise it up to 45,000.
And to Carbone, who peeks down at king-queen.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Well, he's going to make a stand with his hand, and I don't blame him at all. These guys are aggressive players. You pick up a king-queen, just move in on them.
Yeah, Daniel out. Now Christian, though. Does he want to pay this off? No, he does not. Bob Carbone going to take this pot with an aggressive play.
And he gets both players to lay down an ace-high with a nice all-in bet there.
There's the Royal Flush Girls social bar where anyone can join the beautiful Royal Flush Girls and have a conversation.
Well, Club WPT VIP members get privileged seating at these Royal Flush Girl bars, so it pays to be a Club WPT VIP member.
Why not? All right, action going to Christian Harder. He's got an ace-9. Going to move it up to 45,000. And Carbone has a pair of 8s.
Well, he just moved over the top all in a minute ago with the king-queen. It wouldn't shock me if he does the same thing again here.
How much is 3rd?
How much is 3rd?
3rd is worth about 146,000, Bob.
Wow.
I'm all in.
Whoa, he is pushing with the 8s.
Goes all in right after asking that question.
Daniel with a king-8. Ejects his hand.
How to count?
And Christian wants the count. Got a pretty big ace-9.
It's going to cost Christian another 536,000 to make this call.
You go all in too often.
It's the second time in a row the guy's come over the top and moved all in on him.
Bob just trying to hide himself.
I'm gonna call.
There you go.
He called, and what a good call it is in terms of the hands that these guys have. It's the 2 overcards versus the underpair. So win or lose this pot, seems like a good call by Christian.
Bob Carbone with the 8s, racing against the kid.
Well, Bob Carbone can't even watch, Vince. He's walking around, head down. He doesn't want to go back to the pawn shop just yet.
No, you can't blame him. Christian with a smile on his face.
Will the snowman hold up, or will they melt away?
Here come the first 3.
Well, 10-6-4, all hearts.
Neither player has a heart in his hand. Bob Carbone out in front with the 8s as he continues the pace.
The board pair 6s. So we are down to the river card. Christian Harder must catch an ace or a 9 to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
This could be destiny for Bob Carbone. He'd love to double up here.
It's a 4. He has done it. The amateur stays alive, Vince. The dream lives on. Yes. There you go, the old fist pump.
Yes.
Yo! He has done it. Pawn shop man keeping his jewelry.
Where's that doctor?
Staying alive here at Foxwoods, not an easy thing to do. But Bob Carbone doubles up.
Here we've got a guy that's 62 years young, that he got in this tournament by winning a $250 satellite. And here he is with 3 players left, fighting it out for a WPT title. He says, this is my dream to be here right now playing for this title.
All right, here we go.
I read all these books, studied out the window. They don't play like that anymore. It's a whole different game.
Whoa!
You have to be sharp. You really have to be willing to go out.
I say bye-bye.
I'm gonna have to stand up for myself. I know that, or they'll run over me.
Give me a break, guys. Come on.
I have to let people know that I'm not gonna be run over.
You in trouble, boy.
Well, Vince, in poker, we've got a saying, in order to win, you've got to be willing to die. That's what Bob is talking about right there. Against these young guys, you got to make a stand or they will run over you.
He does not care. Learned his poker at a WPT boot camp, and he's playing brilliantly here tonight. Action on Christian Harder. He's got the button, he's got Jack 8, and he's got a raise.
He's lost the last couple pots, but he's staying aggressive on the button here.
Made it 45,000 to go, but look at this. Bob Carbone's picked up the weapons of mass destruction, the pair of aces.
Can you believe this?
No.
He's moved all in over the top with king, queen, and 2 8s, and now his opponent's raised, and he looks down at 2 aces.
Now, how to play it? Do you play it slow and just call and try to trap it in a 3-handed poker game? Or do you make your traditional raise?
Re-raise.
He's going to re-raise.
He said that with authority.
100,000 more.
That's it.
And 100,000 more is not the all-in bet this time. He's looking for some action.
Long Island kid Daniel folds his hand, and now Christian just a Jack 8.
I just don't see him going to war with this hand.
Well, he could speculate. Bob would love that. But no, Christian is going to fold the hand. And Bob, a little disappointed when you get that kind of quality hand, not to get them by the jugular, but still content to be here at Foxwoods.
Well, certainly on a heater right now, 3 in a row.
There's a quick break in the action, but we've got more to come, including this week's Champions Cup moment when the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com, continues.
The World Poker Tour has always supported great charitable causes, and in 2012, we're launching the WPT Foundation.
Go to WPTFoundation.org to learn about our global charity partners and find out how you can join us in playing for a better world.
Hi, my name is Raisa Perez, one of the Royal Flash Girls. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour.
I'd have to say I'm very excited to be here. For $19.95 a month, I joined the WPT, and they gave me a shot at a tournament, and I happened to win it and got me a seat. I don't know how you can beat it. Ready to win the jackpot. The worst thing that could happen, that's all. I played real well up to the last hand, you know. Of course, that's the way that normally is. It was awesome. I had a real good time. Venue was great. WPT's been great. A lot of fun.
Bottles were popping for Don Burwell, a carpenter from Champaign, Illinois, who's the latest member of Club WPT to make his poker dreams come true. And it was all because he's a ClubWPT.com VIP member. At Club WPT, for only $19.95 a month, you too can become a VIP member. Now, this means you get great VIP member benefits, play in as many tournaments as you want, plus you could even win a seat into a major WPT event just like Don. Now, check it out for yourself on ClubWPT.com and never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed. Mike and Vince, fill us in on where we stand right now.
Well, there, as you can see, Daniel Centuro well out in front with over $3.3 million. Tough young pro Christian Harder in second place with $1.3 million. But Vince, the amateur, Bob Carbone, over $1 million in chips himself right now.
Oh boy, there's some jewelry in the pawn shop still. Bob Carbone, the pawn shop man, sticking around. Action on Christian, he quickly folds, and now Bob is going to peek down at his cards. He's got a suited connector, 9-8 of clubs.
45.
And he will raise, makes it 45,000 to go.
Well, why not? He's on a heater here.
Daniel also with the suited connector, 7-8 of hearts, makes the call.
Well, Centuro, definitely what we call a defender in the poker world. Don't try to steal this guy's blind. Now flop comes Jack, Jack 6. See if Bob will make the continuation bet. Nope, he checks.
Daniel going to check behind him. To the turn we go.
And a 4 comes off.
Check.
Nothing card.
And again, Bob checks.
Check.
Daniel made a gut shot straight draw there and hit it on the river.
Whoa.
As the 5 comes off. And now Bob is going to try to bet to win this pot, but it's too little too late.
I'll say Dr. Opposite going to get hurt here. Bets 50,000. Should have bet after the flop and on the turn, but now he just messes this up completely. And it looks like he's going to get manhandled.
He had the right idea, but just 2 streets too late. Had he bet the flop or the turn, he'd have won this pot. Now he's going to lose it because his opponent made a gut shot straight on the river.
Now you got to take your medicine, Bob.
That's why I don't do this with you guys.
He's going to talk to himself.
That's why we don't play like that no more.
Boy, getting bitter. You can't blame the young guy.
He's lecturing himself for bluffing there. He just bet on the wrong street.
That's right.
With great past champions like Hawkins, Shulman, and Little, Foxwoods has been a substantial part of our history. Here's just one great moment from the past in this WPT Champions Cup flashback.
Here we go to the river. Who's going to get lucky?
At a bare 2 months past his 21st birthday, Nick Shulman entered the WPT arena, the youngest finalist in history, and confronting a final table featuring a tough Las Vegas pro, one of poker's best players, and a member of the Poker Hall of Fame.
Can you imagine, 21 years old, going for over $2 million?
But it was Shulman who came out of the gates calm, fearless, and in complete control, eliminating Lyle Berman and Alan Cunningham in quick order.
That's going to do it. That's going to do it for Alan Cunningham.
Emboldened, the 21-year-old relentlessly increased the pressure on his opponents, and then he found himself just a single card from victory.
21-year-old boy wonder, can his hand hold up?
It's a 5
He's got it!
Nick Shulman, at 21 years young, has captured the World Poker Finals Championship.
In one of the most dominating performances in WPT history, Nick Shulman became the youngest winner ever with the over $2 million first-place prize.
I can't put an end for it.
But more than that, Nick Shulman's victory was the first shot in the coming revolution, where youth would not only be served, but would etch their names on the WPT Champions Cup.
Well, Vince, he's still the youngest player to win in America, and to have his name etched on that Champions Cup, just an amazing talent.
Yep, and he used to be a pool hustler in his younger days, and of course he went on to be a great poker champion.
Actually made this same final table 2 years later.
All right, three-handed poker continues. Action on Christian Harder. 23 years old, second time at a WPT final table with King 9, makes it 55,000 to go. And Bob Carbone with a pair of threes says all in.
Oh, I like this bet. Moving all in with a small pair.
Daniel out, and Christian quickly folding his hand.
It's the only way I can play you guys. I can't.
Oh, there you go. He said, the only way I can play you guys, I just got to come over the top and move all in on you. See how you like that.
Can't play any other way.
Well, he's getting a little psyched out, if you ask me, Mike.
Well, Vince, in my opinion, the best way for Bob to win this tournament is not to play small pots with these guys, but to play big pots, keep moving in on them.
We'll be right back with more action from the Foxwoods World Poker Finals when we return on the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com.
Club WPT VIP member Andy Whetstone made a WPT final table, and next time it could be you. Become a Club WPT VIP today for your chance to play on the World Poker Tour. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Welcome back to the WPT's coverage of the Foxwoods World Poker Finals, brought to you by ClubWPT.com.
I'm Melissa Fisher, and I'm one of the Royal Flush Girls. Foxwoods is amazing. There's so much to do here. We went golfing, laid out at the pool. We went over to the shrine. They had their chef teach us how to make sushi. It was yummy. It was really good. But the rice kept sticking to my fingers. The Scorpion Bar was cool, and the dancing was fun, but we weren't as good as the go-go dancers. They had some skills. Foxwoods is the greatest place.
Well, Vince, when players see that, we're liable to have more here next year.
Boy, forget the cards.
Well, there you see the Player of the Year standings. Right now, Will the Thrill Fiala out in front with 1,600 points, but whichever one of these three guys win tonight will get 1,000 points toward the Player of the Year standings.
All right, back to the table we go. Bob Carbone. This time, he looks down at an ace-6 with the button. Now he's got close to $1 million now. Doesn't have to play that all-in poker anymore, so he's just going to raise 55.
Centuro looks down at the Queen-4. He throws it away.
And now Christian Harder with a wired pair of sixes here. A nice mid-pair. Looking at Bob's chips, realizing Bob has pretty close to his amount of chips. He's back in this action.
If he had a much smaller amount, chances are Christian would just move all in here. But as it is, since his opponent's got over $1 million of chips, he's going to take the conservative route, see a flop first before he can miss more chips.
Going to play small ball, and the flop comes up King, Jack 3.
Christian's going to check the sixes.
No continuation bet by Bob. 9 of hearts on the turn.
Again, Christian checks.
Bob is going to bet.
Look at this. He's finally making that bet without having the best hand, Vince.
You know he hates to do it, but it's going to work.
And I'll tell you, when there's 3 overcards out there, hard to call with 2 sixes. So Christian goes out, and Bob takes down the pot.
Finally got one. Finally hit a flop. You guys were killing me with those.
Bob Carbone lying beautifully there. Don't trust this man at the pawn shop.
Jeez.
Boy, you might be right about this guy when you take your stuff to the pawn shop. I'm not sure you'll get a square deal.
No, he's going to lie. He's going to say your gold watch is turning my hand green. But look at, there's the WPT trophy.
Well, it's the WPT Champions Cup that these guys would like to etch their name on.
Actions on Bob Carbone. He quickly folds, and now Centuro with a 3 deuce of hearts.
He's in the small blind. And he's going to raise with it.
Yeah, makes it 76,000 to go, but Christian with an ace-10 right behind him, and it's suited.
I bet he didn't re-raise a minute ago with the 2 sixes. And he's not re-raising here with the ace-10.
I'll tell you something, these guys have changed gears now. They're not going to play big pots. They want Bob to go away and maybe open up their games later because they are both playing conservative. Here's the flop, Queen 10-6. Christian has hit 10s. Nothing for Daniel.
Well, Daniel knows to win this pot, he's got a bet at it, so that's what he's doing.
Yeah, 75 grand.
But Christian just flopped second pair with top kicker, so I don't see him going anywhere.
Do you raise it and find out where you are? No. Content to call.
Yeah, but you don't re-raise before the flop here. Now your opponent has control of the pot.
3 of diamonds now. Daniel's got a piece of that. He's got a pair of 3s, but he's going to check. He's slowing down.
Doesn't have to bluff it because he's got something in case his opponent's got a straight draw.
Christian also checking with the 10s. River card coming up.
Well, a king comes up. Neither player going to be happy to see that card.
Yeah, Daniel going to check. Not thrilled with this. And Christian Harder won over $2 million in poker earnings. Got a bet.
He's betting $150,000. You got to admire this bet by Christian Harder here. Most guys would just check it down. What can the guy pay you off with?
Daniel's going to lay down his hand. Christian Harder's going to take the pot.
Well, Vince, we thought Christian would re-raise before the flop. He didn't. We thought he'd probably check on the river. He didn't. He does win the pot.
Yes, these guys are playing a different style of poker tonight.
We are down to our final 6. The winner tonight taking home over $2.1 million.
The WPT Championship in 2009 was pretty amazing. Probably the toughest final table I've ever been at with Evgeny Timoshenko, Shannon Shore, Elke, Scotty Wynn. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, it was a great tournament, obviously. It's like one of the toughest tournaments in the world to play.
And now Christian Harder with an ace-8 of spades. He's gone all in with it.
I went out against Ron Azor. Actually, me and Elke busted in the same hand.
Whoa!
I had ace-8 suited versus Ron's ace-7 and Elke's ace-jack, and Ron actually hit a 7 to win the whole thing. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, and look at this flop. King 3-7. Ron has got the piece of the pair of 7s.
Yeah, it was a disappointing final table, but it was definitely a great experience. Hopefully it works out well today.
Well, that was a terrific final table. Like he said, no question about it. He's glad those guys aren't here, but he's going to have his hands full beating these guys.
It's good to see him back and without that haircut. But let's go to the table. It's on Bob Carbone. And Bob, with the button, looking down at a 9 deuce of diamonds, will fold that hand. Daniel Centuro now with ace deuce.
Normally a guy just raised with an ace high in the small blind, but Centuro just going to limp in and call here.
Christian Harder behind him, peeks down at an ace 6.
Generally, when your opponent limps into the small blind and you've got an ace in the big blind,
beautiful, John.
you raise it. But Christian Harder says, okay, let's see
You
a
look
flop.
like you belong up there.
Ace 6 up against ace deuce. 220 something's going on. They both hit aces on the flop.
Well, neither are going to put the other on an ace in their hand because the pot wasn't raised pre-flop.
That is a good point. Daniel coming out to bet 30,000.
Well, Christian just calling with the 2 aces.
Yep, not gonna fire with a re-raise. 10 of diamonds on the turn. And now Daniel.
He's got to think he's got the best hand here with 2 aces, but in fact, as the cards lie, it's a split pot right now.
It would be a split pot.
Both players are playing 2 aces, queen 10-7, so the only way either one of them can get the best hand is to catch a deuce or a 6.
60,000's been called. Down to the river we go.
And 9 of hearts comes off, so possible flush, possible straight out there.
Daniel with the aces. He's gonna bet 100,000. But it's almost automatic. You got to call this. You got aces.
Christian probably was saying to himself, what happened? This guy make 2 pair? Did he make a straight or a flush? I don't see him giving the hand up, though, with top pair.
No, if he does call, it will be a split pot. But Daniel will have a fold, but he gets the call.
That's what's happened. It will be a split pot. Both players playing 2 aces and a queen 10-9.
Yeah, both players looking disappointed as they're going to chop this thing up. Subtle play by both men.
There you see the guy disappointed is Bob Carbone. He wanted these guys to clash and wanted them to lose a lot of chips or go broke. That didn't happen as they split the pot.
I'm Melissa Grace, a Royal Flush Girl. Stay tuned for more from the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, brought to you by ClubWPT.com.
Well, there you see the chip count. Daniel Centuro out in front with 3.4 million in chips. The amateur pawnbroker Bob Carbone in third with just under $1 million.
All right, back to the table. Christian Harder, the 23-year-old, his second time at a WPT final table, is first to act. He's got the button. He's got an uneventful Jack 8, but makes it 53,000 to go.
Show these people what I have.
Their emotions.
Bob goes out, and Daniel now with an ace 10.
Well, for sure he's going to play this hand. The question is he just going to call or is he going to raise?
Well, these guys have definitely slowed down. Both young pros just biding their time, saying, let's not get too aggressive. Let's stick around so we get Bob out.
They're just going to call. It seems like they play more conservative against each other in terms of raising and re-raising. Trying to keep the pot small, as you said.
Okay, here's the flop. It's a good one for Daniel. He hits his aces.
Centuro's got top pair. Harder's got bottom pair.
But they both check.
Now a queen comes off. Now they both have a pair and an ace-high straight draw. Centuro well out in front, of course, with the 2 aces.
And he is going to bet at 60,000.
It's not quite 50% of the pot. So because of that, Harder going to make the call here with the 2 8s.
Down to the river.
And now the board pairs kings. Now, do you bet 2 aces here? That's the question. What can you get paid off with that you can beat? Now the answer is, if you're Centuro, yes, you do bet the 2 aces.
That's $100,000 into Christian. Just hit the 8s. That's all he's got.
And now Harder's trying to figure out what can he call and beat other than a small pair. It looks like he's going to represent it. He's got more than the 2 8s. He is going to raise it.
Wow, he makes it 280,000.
And right now, Centuro is saying to himself, why did I bet here? so this guy could raise me out of this pot. You just can't imagine your opponent's going to raise with less than aces here. Even if he had an ace, you'd get a split pot out of it. So what can you beat?
Set up perfect to bluff.
Well, he sized it up right. That's the perfect card to bluff with. Tough decision for Centuro.
180,000 more. He's got to pay off.
He knows the guy's not going to raise with a queen in his hand. He's not going to raise with an 8 in his hand or a small pair. Wouldn't even raise with an ace. If he had an ace, this would be a split pot. So essentially, Centuro can only beat a bluff here.
Christian's got to sweat it.
Well, he does lay it down. So that is playing the game there by Christian Harder. He saw an opportunity, he took it, and it paid off for him.
And he's not going to show the hand, that's for sure. Keep him guessing. Daniel Centuro now. Still our chip leader with close to 3.5 million. But Christian picking up some confidence with that nice bluff on the river.
Well, Vince, the mistake was for Centuro to bet on the river.
I don't want to give up this 24,000. Tell you right now. May have
Bob
to,
trying to
but I don't
slow
want
things down, trying to keep the game small. But action's on Daniel. And he looks down at a wired pair of fives here.
Well, everybody going to raise on the button with this hand. Most everybody, anyway. And that includes Centuro.
Makes it 48,000. Christian out.
Incredible. Bob Carbone picked up aces again.
Holy moly.
And the last time he had him, he raised 100,000 and won the pot right there.
Raise it up.
Now, he was giving off that classic tell. If you act weak, you're strong. He shrugs his shoulder, acting like he's weak, but in fact, he's got the best hand possible.
Well, he's made it 124,000 to go, and Bob's going to try to hide there. Doesn't want to show his excitement that's going on. Show tunes going off in his head.
Centuro knows if he flops a 5, he could probably bust this guy. But the question is he thinking about moving all in now? That could cost him dearly.
Daniel, poker pro, used to work at a toy store. He's not going to toy with the old man. He is just calling, wanting to see a flop.
Bob Carbone will be moving in on the flop. I don't care what comes out there. Queen 10 deuce with 2 clubs.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
There it is, all in by Bob, and a quick release by Daniel Centuro.
And when you got 2 aces and you raise before the flop and re-raise before the flop and get called, you're moving in on the flop. Doesn't matter what comes out.
Been a long time a-coming.
So the pawn shop man, Bob Carbone, he got this tournament through a satellite. He has a shot at winning a major title here at Foxwoods.
Well, gentlemen, this has been quite an exciting final table thus far, and unfortunately for now, we must take a break. Guys, what do you make of what we've seen so far?
Well, as we started the day, the dream of Andy Frankenberger capturing his second WPT title was crushed when he ran his ace-10 into Christian Harder's pocket kings.
Well, Vince, obviously the 2 big happenings with 4 players left was when Stephen Brackesi 6-bet a hand with an ace-4 offsuit, got himself broke. Then we were down to 3 players. And in the short stack, Bob Carbone doubled up. We've still got 3 players left, and the amateur still got a shot.
Kimberly, don't feel sorry for the pawnbroker. He's short-stacked. He's an amateur, so-called. He's up against 2 young and very tough pros, Daniel Centuro and Christian Harder. But he has heart. He can play. He could pull this off. We will see.
Please join us next time from Foxwoods as continuing coverage of the World Poker Tour Finals continues. Until then, from Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, the Royal Flush Girls, Matt Savage, and the entire WPT team, I'm Kimberly Lansing saying thanks for watching and good night.
Stream team, what's happening? Let's try that again. Stream team, what's happening? Let's play some poker. And by the way, right off the bat, let's say congrats to We Grind and Cabby. What is going on? You guys are playing great. Okay, let me get rid of that. Seriously, you're playing great. Big results last night. So excited for you. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to a table. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea the last hour. I'm sweating from nerves because I'm trying to get this set up. I lost Anna Marie. She went back to the valley to her apartment. So I had to do this all on my own. Almost had a nervous breakdown. But I'm here. I got it done. A couple phone calls. It's not that easy to put together the streams. This is new stuff for me. But I'm learning. How is everyone? I hope you're well. I know there's some great results out there. I'm so excited for you all. And we're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to say hi to the usual suspects. John Miner. What's going on? Jason, SD22. We Grind. Okay. And Joe Sharingo. Greatest dentist in the world, Joe Sharingo out of Phoenix. Rigor Mortis in the house. Stevie 67. Lynch Cats. What's happening? Mr. Blusky 11. Excellent. I'm glad you're here. Live loose. Love it. Hey, John Miner. Stevie 67. We Grind. And you guys are chatting it up. You should be. You should be so proud. The stream team with big results here. Runner 11. What's happening? Really excited for you all. And I'll try to make a good effort tonight. We'll have some fun. Hope everybody's healthy and feeling good. Let's see. Rigor Mortis, yep. Won the whole event last week. Runner 11, how are you doing? Are you a runner? I'm sure you are. Or do you run away from the table if you win? Hit and run. Don't know. But we will find out. Meta John here. Good luck to everyone. Yep. And so I will get into this. I'm sitting out right now. Let me see what I got here. And congratulations to our man Tony Dunst, too, in the World Series events. Having some good online events there. I think second and third. How about that? Yes, Tony. So excited for him. God, I'm so tempted to actually drive to Vegas in a couple weeks and stay at my buddy's house and play one or two events online. Tempted, but I don't know whether I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm going on that road trip next week, next 7 days. In 7 days. Spark Bark. Good luck. Thanks. I'm good to be back. And the COVID idiots are making things hard down here in Texas. I bet they are. You guys stay healthy. Can't get a straight answer out of anyone, right? Just stay safe. I got 4 masks. I put them on just for the heck of it. Show a little respect, but let's just make sure this thing goes away. It's going to be great when we get back playing in person. Ace 210. What's happening? Yeah, LA's been shut down. I live in LA, and it's been shut. All the beaches this next 3 days shut down. So pulling out the rug there, but might be for the better. Got to think positive. We're all going to come together, think positive, and don't play the blame game, I think, and have a good life. Red Dragon 1855. Good luck. Yes to you too. Johnny Haha. What's happening? And we grind. And my day is going. I had a good day. Yeah, I had a good day. Don Miff, what's up? What is up? Yep. I'm what did I do? I taught my wife tennis this morning. Gave her a tennis lesson. You know, and that was good. And she's getting hooked again.
She played a little bit back in the day, and I'm teaching her, so that's kind of fun. Kevin Casino. Gardens Casino in LA. Great casino. Man runs the whole thing. That is Kevin. What am I drinking? I'll tell you what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a beer, cold beer. I'm going to have a couple shots of tequila, perhaps. Call me crazy. Try a couple, not get carried away, but try to relax, Just all the stress of getting on the site tonight and streaming was very stressful, so I need to relax. What are you drinking, Kevin? Got the wine going? Got the red wines? Hi, Mini Aussie. What's going on? Glad you're here. How about your rigor mortis? Can't really hear you, Lynchcast. Thank you for telling me. Did I do something wrong? All right, I'm moving the mic in a little closer. And Cabby. Yeah, no Anna Marie tonight, right? And I'm on time. Slay Series 216. Hola, hola. ¿Qué paso? Sí. Me gusta poker. Cabby, 516 said, watch 7 It Is the Vegas. You loved it. Good. Couple laughs there, right? And Warcraft. Ow. Look at this. I can't play a hand. EVP, what's good? Hey Vince, what's good? Air Herb is saying, what's good? What is good? Everything's good. I think everything's pretty good. Yeah. Last out, Johnny. Good luck tonight. And Jason Phoenix. Go deep. I'm going to try. All right, I'll try tonight. Oh, hello. Got the ladies in this hand. Let's see what I do with it. 50. Let's pop. Let's get it up there. Make it 200 to go. Okay. You guys still hearing me? I was sitting back pretty far, maybe. King on the flop, so overcard there. Not good. I'm going to make a little bit of 100. Test the waters. I got Bob in to my right and Wishbone 55 also to my right. Oh, she's going to raise to 775. You know I got to fold. Too early to monkey around. I give it to Bob. Maybe had a king. Who knows? Got to give the respect. Thanks, We Grind. You saw the movie. Excellent. Glad you liked it. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Blusky. It's fun to make. Trying to make this series out of it. TV series. We'll do it for Netflix or something like that, or HBO. It'll be fun. And I know some of you are watching Perry Mason. I think a few people tweeted me that. That's my Uncle Timmy that directs those. And he didn't create the show. He is the producer on it. He was with Sopranos and Boardwalk. And anyway, he's doing that. He's a great guy. He's out here in California. Danny Smith saying my hair looks... Oh, thank you. Hey, yeah, I'm just growing it. Just growing it. There's no stopping me now. I'm going to go way down here. Big old hippie. Move to 66. Jason, move to 66. Wow. I know. Florida Glove Gamer. You guys got a little surge out there, too. See Grim. Okay. On YouTube, a lot of, made quarantine so much. Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. Minnie is saying, when I go RVing, are you going to stream or take a break? Okay, that's a great question. I'm going to take over Tony next Thursday. We've swapped. Then I go on Friday to RV. And I don't know whether I'll get back to do my next Friday or not. Or maybe I'll swap with Matt Savage for Sunday. So I want to work it all in. I don't want to miss a week, is what I'm trying to say. Because it is great. Minnie Aussie's saying, keep drinking tequila. You're funny when you drink. Okay. That means I'm not funny when I don't drink? Am I funny? How the hell am I not funny, Minnie Aussie? I'm not funny. You're saying I'm funny? How am I funny, Minnie Aussie? Okay. Out of the gates quick there with that Pesci. And you guys are great. Great to see you all and hear you all. Okay. You're tempting me to have a shot of tequila. I've had worse requests. And let's see what we got here. Now, you're going to see something at the bottom of the underneath of the video to vote button. There's a video to vote, and we just wanted to make that message out there that people are eligible to sign up now to vote. Not everybody registers, and you can do that while you're playing Club WPT. Doesn't matter which way you go. We don't know, but take advantage of that if you'd like. We would like to see more people getting involved and making their mark on the country. How about that? Great Granny 32. Happy 4th of July. Good luck. I love it. All caps. I love that. I want to do all caps, but I was shamed by doing that. I did that. They said, yeah, I'm going to throw you out of here if you keep doing that. I said, I don't know. Somebody once said to me, oh, okay, that means you're screaming. Does it really? No. Can't we just make it big? I like that, Great Granny. And happy 4th of July. Darn right. We're in the greatest country in the world. God bless America. And thank God we can play our poker here. Right here at Club WPT. Oh, hello. There's a big praise. I'm going to go out. Kevin, you're going with the Kettle One tonight. That's what you do down there in Orange County, huh? Excellent. Okay. To Kevin and the Gardens Casino. Spark Bark 1. You're saying you're waiting for great classic rocks. Well, we've been reprimanded. I don't have any soundtrack in the background. You guys know me. I love my music. And they just said you got to pull off for a while. So I have nothing. I know. It's boring. But for now, we don't have the rights to the songs, even though it's played lowly, very low in the background. But we'll get it together. So there's a lot of silence here. There's no Anna Marie. She's gone. She dumped me. And I'm on my own, but having a good time. Mr. Clutch, you're saying White Shadow. Yes. Uncle Tim. We're actually the same age. But he's a great guy. He's my uncle. He's my half-uncle. My father's half-brother. He's very talented. He was an actor. He did The White Shadow. He played Salami on The White Shadow. And now he's a big director. And he's a terrific director. So I hope you like Perry Mason. Yeah. It's doing very well, rating-wise. It's on HBO. So he's involved with that. And we're going to see him tomorrow on the 4th. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers in the valley with my mother's, actually. Just the family. Just 8 feet apart, right? I'm going to put the mask on. I'm not taking any chances. Jason, San Diego, you're saying, did I know Carl Reiner? Yeah, you know what? Knew Carl really well. My father was close friends with him, worked with him a lot. And we knew Carl very well. Played a lot of tennis together. And he was a great man. He was a great man. Very, very interesting guy. And I'm involved with his hand, so I'm going to have to bet this. And I made a movie 25 years ago called The Break. It was about tennis. And I asked Carl, would you take a look at it? And the guy, Carl Reiner, 25 years ago, he's big, big, big. And he came out and watched it and really appreciated the film and tried to help me with it. And he helped me with it in a lot of ways. I'll never forget that. It's tough. I asked a favor and he came out and did that for me in a private screening. So, love the man, a genius. And it's sad. Well, sad to see him go, but a long, wonderful life for him. Making a little bet here. And I'm going to take that pot. Pot A. Mini Oz, Mini Oz, you're saying, oh, you'd stream your trip. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. I don't know how to do that, though. Got hammered in the dime. Oh, Cabby, you're out. Okay. Jason, I am still going to Flagstaff, and I love Flagstaff. 2 hours from you. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to go into Flagstaff, I think on that Sunday, like the 12th, and have a good lunch there. I love that old town. It's just great. I did a movie there back in the day called The Bravos with George Papard, and we were in Flagstaff and Sedona. But I go back there. I love it. And then we're going to go to Sedona. I'm going to spend 2 nights. I'll do that slide rock. And can't wait. I got my 3 kids, 3 boys and me. And then some other buddies are coming with motorcycles. His kids with motorcycles. So we're gonna have a good time. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? But my big fear, I think I discussed this before, was that, how to clean it out with a sewer thing. You have to do that twice. And now I kind of figured it out. Yeah, I watched some videos. I'm taking this seriously. I watched the videos, and it doesn't look that hard. We'll give you a absolute recap after it's all over. But I'm looking forward to this trip. It's going to be great. I'm very lucky to be able to do that. Johnny Haha, yes, Club WPT. We love it. All right, let's go raise a little bit here. Don't let these people in cheap. I got quality hand, ace queen suited. BC Poker 14 had a great time playing the king of the club of the Borgata. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know if they're going to bring that back. Love the Borgata. Vince, Pocket, Pool 76. Will a WCP online title carry the same platform as a live game World Series? No. No, it won't. My opinion. First of all, I don't want to knock the World Series. It's fantastic. The main event is the main thing. They have a great concept that they say, hey, I want a World Series bracelet. But there's hundreds of them, hundreds. So it's not the same as the main. But granted, even if you win a bracelet, that's something to be very proud of, and it's still a very tough thing, a great, wonderful thing. But now you're going to online. In my opinion, it's not quite the same. You're not going to get the same amount of players, or it's not the same echelon of poker, in my opinion. What do you think? But it's money, and they're giving those bracelets out, and so I'm glad it's continuing. It's great. We grind. B2 Daz coming for you. Yep. See you at the final table. Perhaps. I got 10,150. I'm ready. Mr. Blusky, thank you. It's just me. Yeah, no music in the background. Nothing. Quiet. Silence. Whew. Ooh. Got nothing here. Yeah. Lynch Cats is still hanging in there on the diamond. Nice. Very good. Now Lynn must be down. Lynn Gilmartin must be in Australia, right? I haven't checked in with her, but she must be down there. Ra Hopkins on my left shows his hand aces up. We got R.D. Hartso also on my left. Getting old over there across the table for me. Bab and Wishbone 5500 is the chip leader with 14,775 at this point. We started with close to 1,800 players here tonight. And yeah, Live and Lose. Carl Reiner was an OG. Old gangster? What is an OG? Old guy? Or old guy? Old gangster? I don't know. He was pretty smart. I mean, he was one of those guys. Creative. And great energy up until the day he died. Man had great energy, as does Mel Brooks, who's also been a family friend for a long time. And he's like in his 90s. He's 91. And he has all this energy too. They're doing something right. Very, very creative people, but they're doing interesting. George Peppard, Live Loose is saying George Peppard as an 18 George Peppard. Yes, that was George Peppard. That's right. He played my father. Now he was Breakfast at Tiffany's. He was the star of that. He was the next Robert Redford at that same time. And he was a huge superstar. And so I got to work with him in a movie of the week called The Bravos. It's actually on all the time. I played his son. And later on he did a series, A-Team and all that. But he was one of the biggest stars in the world for a long time. But I was in Sedona in the dead of winter. It was 40 below zero. We were shooting in the mountains. It was a Western. God, it was cold. And there was a stuntman. I had to go up a hill to run away. The Indians were attacking us in this movie. And I had to go up some hill and run up the hill. It was 40 below zero. And we were getting chased. And the stuntman, who was very famous, talked my mother. He said, "Oh, I think I should take." They were going to use a stuntman for the kid, for me. And he said, "I think, Mrs. Van Patten, I think your son can do it. I'll hold on to him, and we'll just take him up the cliff, and he'll get a kick out of it, And my mother almost was talked into it. It would have been horrible. I mean, it probably would have made it, but it would have been a stupid thing to do. But back then, in the 70s, when you were making a movie, and I was only 12 years old, stuntmen would talk you into doing crazy stuff. So, luckily, I did not do that. They took a stuntman, they put him on the cliff. Okay, lapping no good, all the way from Gus Hansen land. Cheers, Denmark. Thanks. You grew up with me and Mike. That's great. Okay, why am I looking at cereal commercial? No video feed. Any suggestions? That's Ambi Sawo. I don't know. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Pakapool, you're saying live reads the table. Television is such a huge part of the game, and not having that puts the seasonless games at a huge disadvantage. I agree. I don't listen. I don't want to take anything away from the champs that are going to play and the final tablists, like our Tony Dunst. It's great. That's online poker, but is it the same? It's a little different. Maybe that should not qualify in the same way. I don't know. Now, Lynch Chaz, you're saying she's filming a movie right now. Who? Who's filming a movie right now? Who did I bring up that's filming a movie right now? Okay, anyway, let me know. And, okay, Smithy's saying original gangster. Right. Carl Reiner, the original gangster. I'll go with it. Genius writer. You think about what he did with the Dick Van Dyke Show. He was one of the writers, main writers. That was before its time, that kind of series. Just brilliant. Among other classics he has done. Yeah, Lynch Katz, Mel Brooks, comedy genius, my favorite of all time. It's got to be. You think about it. Me, I was this old guy laughing. It's just tough to think of Carl Reiner as an old gangster, but I know what you're saying. In the talent world. All right, getting back to my poker here. I need to have a result, right? Pair of sevens. We're at 1 and 200 with the blinds. Getting old, taking his time. Not getting any younger. Bow. Bow, taking her time too. Okay, fine, go one out. Pocket Pool, Harold Ramis was my favorite director of all time. Did way, oh man, you're so right. You're so right. Let's get this popping. 1200 if they want to stick around. I got a mid pair of sevens. Harold Ramis, you're right. He was very talented. I took the pot down. Mid pair. Unless you flop a set. Not that strong. Lots of trouble hands. So get them out. Blinds are going up to 153. Stevie 67, you're saying that Mel and Carl did an episode of Comedians and Cars Getting Caught. Oh, they must have been great. I'd love to have seen that. I'm sure I still can. They had lunch together every day. That's amazing. Uh-oh. That's amazing. Yeah, Mel is heartbroken. He must be. Yep, that's a tough one. Here we go. Ace 7 versus Ace Jack. Getting old, getting the worst of it. Jack's going to hold up, go into the river. And a queen, so getting old looks like he's going to get out. He's broke. Yep. Okay, Ambisoa. Okay, you logged in, you're back out. Good, good, good. Yep, my wife made some pasta. I'll show you the remnants of it. I just had a little bite, okay? But she is one hell of a cook. Who knew? She made a pasta tonight. It's a spaghetti. It has turkey sausage in it. It has some mushrooms, a little tomato sauce, real fresh tomatoes from the farm. Cut them up. This thing is it's so wonderful. I can't tell you. If I was in Italy, I'd go, oh my God, that was the greatest thing I ever had in my life. My wife made that for me. Just had a few bites. I'm saving it for later. Just to share with you. But it goes to show you what food is all about. If you love food, I'm sure all you do. The difference between just whipping it together or the care, the love of food, of all the ingredients, of the timing of it. It's a beautiful thing. And I do appreciate that. Because when food is good, all you need is that one thing. And you can keep eating it. I mean, I have all the ingredients. You got your tomato, you got your mushrooms, you got your sausage in there. You got, it's great. You got your carbs in there with the pasta. That's all you need. You don't need other things, really. All right. I wanted to share that with you a little bit. We're eating well here. I'm feeling good. Not winning many hands, but I'm being patient. And you saw 7 Days to Vegas rocks. Oh, thank you. Are you working on the sequel? Perhaps, actually, we're thinking about doing it as a TV series, which would be a lot of fun. And it would pick up 5 years later when this gang, this team of hustlers who thought they won a lot of money, really didn't. They got screwed over, and now they're broke. And my character is actually teaching tennis at a resort in Palm Springs. And his wife is doing cocktails, and they got to figure out a way to get back. It's that type of hustler kind of film, and make it a TV series. So working on that right now. Yep. Okay, Mr. Clutch, be careful at Slide Rock. Okay, you can fall and re-injure your back. You're right. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to do it though. I'm going to get stretched out. I'm going to take a couple of leave, take a shot of tequila with the leave, and then just go for it. I'm going to have fun. Getting that sun, Slide Rock with the kids. But thanks for the warning. You're right. It's cold water too, as you know. Okay. Yep, Carol Kolchak, Harold Ramis was awesome in SCT. Yeah, unbelievable. He was. Pocket Pool today on this channel was a WPT event when the players got into it on the rail. You think the rails are too involved in today's game? That's a great question. No, I think it's good. I think they should get very involved. I don't think they should separate them. I like crowds that get rowdy. That's what makes sports interesting. When you're in the stands at football or basketball, say anything you want. They're paying their money to get there, and I think it makes TV more interesting with that. So I like that. Let them say fold the hand, and in the race, who cares? They don't know their cards. They're not watching it. But they get very touchy. Oh, you can't say that, and they're cutting things back. That's the charm of the game, I think. Max 360 free flow. You're upgrading to diamond level next month. All right, why not? Some good things happening. Diamond. We grind. Some rails are loud, though can be distracting. Distracted? You're looking at a little hand. You should be above that. Look, baseball players, screaming fans, they can hit the ball. It's not going to distract them. I think tennis players are prima donnas that way. I think the whole sport was that, everybody has to be quiet, because they'd be distracted. Forget that. Players should be crazy, I think, in tennis as well. It would be even a better sport if you did that. We grind. Disagree. Don't like players standing up before every hand is finished. Rail consistent. Okay. Stakes. Are you in Vegas? No, not in Vegas. I'm in LA. Okay. Pocket pool, you're saying players are always walking over to them every hand. I think rails should be seen and not heard. Maybe I agree with that. I don't think you should really be able to converse with the player there. That I agree with it. Because then they can give them direct coaching. Maybe it's uncalled for. I would look into that. I haven't thought about it too much, but I agree with that. Mini Aussie's out. You didn't bust a wriggle. Come on. You better not have. You gave us no trivia tonight. Okay. Live loose. No trivia. It's still time. Are we on a break? We are on a break. No, we're not. The challenge. God, I forgot all about that. I'm going to come up with one. Give you some points. Jeremy Clemens, what's happening? We're going to do a little question, a little poker question. Give some points away, Jeremy? Why not? All right, let me think of something. Okay, on the break, I'm going to think of something, and then we'll do a little challenge if you're still here. And you get 5,000 tournament points. If you get it right, I write it down here. Thanks, We Grind. World Poker Tour sounds like an interesting turn for the show. Do you write this stuff for this movie, TV show? Yeah, I would be writing it. Yeah, I'd be the head writer for it. Yes. You don't want to just give it away. I want to create it and keep it real, keep it funny, just like 7 Days to Vegas was. So that's what I like to do. Myself and my brother Jimmy, we like to work on stuff. Maybe my uncle Timmy will direct it. Who knows? So it is good. Okay, We Grind. As I'm sitting here, I gotta push that I am back button. Excuse me 1 second. As a commentator, you feed off that energy. Yes, exactly, Stevie67. Golf too, Mr. Blusky 11. I know. It's just a tradition of, you got to be quiet for tennis and golf. Yeah, overrated. These are athletes that should be able to perform under anything, any conditions. It's just the tradition that said, they had to be quiet for these, that made the players a bit of a prima donna. Most of them, some of them. I mean, tennis, I played on the professional circuit, as you probably know. A lot of you know. But, God, why keep pushing me out of this hand? But I conditioned myself. I didn't care whether it was a gardener with a lawnmower, loud, anything going on in the background when I was training. I said, that's good for me. I will not be distracted by anything, any noise, anybody. And if you put that in your mind, you get stronger. So anything that happens, you will be strong and you can get through it. And I think that all athletes should do that in tennis and in golf. And I don't know. Pocket pool, the double shot of tequila. I like to take the pain away with a shot. Sure. In poker. Poker is vicious, huh? Was I, Smithy, was I a prima donna tennis player? No, not bad. I was not bad. It was nothing for a long time. Then I made it. Then I had a chip on my shoulder for a while. But I was always courteous. I didn't abuse anybody. I played respectfully. I didn't cheat anybody, I have to say. Mr. Clutch. So Vince, Tony Lynn, Matt of the Beatles. Who was the fifth Beatle? Jeremy again. That's great. I don't know. Spark Bark Vince, thanks for being so genuine. Look forward to making some of that series. Or have a part to include the challenge for raising money for charity. I'd love that. Of course I would. That's what it's all about. If you do your thing, if you get your shows going or whatever you're in the world, if you can give back to charities, it's always the best thing to do. So I'm all for that. 5,000 points, Jeremy's saying. Okay, that's what we'll give away tonight for the question. 5,000 tournament points. And now they're all saying it's got to be Jeremy Clemens is the fifth Beatle. The man behind the curtain, right? By the way, once again, I want to vote. I want to remind you all to register to vote. It's an important thing, and you'll see it right there. I don't see it, but right below, underneath the video, underneath something on the thing, you're going to say video to vote button. If you push that, you put your information down, you'll be registered to vote. And I think it's important to get more people registered to vote. That's what we're trying to do. Doesn't matter which side. Live Loose, you're saying 7 Days to Vegas had a Goodfellas storytelling vibe to narration. Well, yeah, that's right. I wrote that. That's one of my favorite movies, of course, Casino and Goodfellas. And I like that. And Marty Scorsese, it works for him. It works for many, many over the years. And I thought that's the best way to tell a lot of information and get it out there. But I appreciate the compliment. Vince, oh gosh. How's your favorite movie within a genre? For the challenge of the week. Well, how about your favorite movie within a genre? Okay. I like it, Kevin. I'm going to think about it. And I like that. Maybe that's the question tonight for the 5,000 tournament points. Okay, pocket pool. Maybe a Club WPT should have a tournament and the winner gets to appear in Vince's upcoming project. Done. Brilliant idea. Yes, absolutely. And have at least 5 lines. Okay? Doesn't mean they're going to be not cut out. You never know. Now, we'll keep them in. All right, we're going to do that. That would be fun. Jeremy is like the George Martin. Keep them all. Kevin is like Billy Preston. Whoa. Joe Sharinga, Boardwalk Empire is one of the greatest series of all time. Tim's that's nice. I will tell him. See you tomorrow. It's nice to hear, Joe. Yeah, it was a great series. It really was. And he was salami back in the day. Carbone Casino is the new variant master. That's good. All right, I'm going to slop in here. Blinds are going up. Let's see if I can catch something with this junk hand. I caught a little something. All right, this is how you get involved. You hit a little something. He'll obviously bet. Yep, he's betting 787. I'm going to call with my little pair of fives. Keep him honest. Is he going to keep betting? I check. Bets again. He's checking. I'm probably in front with fives. Oh my God, 3 fives. You know I got to bet now. Now I want to call. But he probably doesn't have a king. No, so he has to throw it away. All right, winning the pot. I'm going to think of this question now. Pocket pool, could you beat Vince Fiella? Will the thrill? In racquetball, if you had a month to practice. Pocket pool 76, you're asking me that question. Will the thrill? Fiella was a great racquetball player. You're so right. And I played him eight years ago. And he destroyed me the first set. Second set was closer. Third set, I got closer. The game, I should say. And I think if I had a month to practice, I'll bet him anything he wants at any time in racquetball if I have a month to practice. Yes, I will take that on. I'll bet up to a lot. Because if I have a month to practice, I think I'm gonna beat Will Thrill. I can play racquetball if I got a month for a real good sized bet. Sure. I'm in. Propose it to him. All right, I'm in the pot. I got ladies. I raised. No, everybody's out. I take the pot down. Do players drink during the WPT Live? Yes, they do. I would say one player out of the 6 at the final table is usually drinking a beer or two. Maybe 2 players. When it gets later into the day and they want to relax. That's about it. Nothing crazy. You got your Scotty Wynn that'll drink a lot. You had Kevin, who's your guy that... Frank, who won the event. He drinks a lot at the table. Loosens him up, makes him play really loose. So, the alcohol can flow at final tables, and it has been successful for many. Hey, Mike Royal, what's going on? Glad you're here. Mr. Blusky, no action with the aces, huh? Yep. Air Herb saying all-time favorite movie is The Deer Hunter. Pretty brilliant. Okay, I'm going to get to a genre as soon as there's a break. A genre. And I'm going to think of my favorite movie in that genre. And then whoever gets it gets 5,000 tournament points. That would be great. Oh, the guy's gone all in. Over the top. Obviously, I'm out. Kings. Nice going. Ra Hopkins, you're showing a lot of hands. I like it. Good sport. Lone Wolf 40. Is there any word on when WPT will pick back up on the tour? Well, the word is, you see, we have 3 final tables to do at Esports Arena. We're thinking about next month, August, to do those. All right, but those would not be live tournaments. Those are just final tables, so that we have more action to show you on TV. I would say I don't know. If things don't get ridiculously spiked in Nevada, I think in September you got to think we're going to be doing a tournament for sure. Let's just get the damn vaccine, huh? Get a vaccine that works. You know what the word is. They say when this will all be over. That's November 3rd. So after the elections, no one is going to hear about it. It's all going to just disintegrate. It's all political, they're saying. What do you all think of that? You know, there's two sides of it, and it is politics, and they're all hypocrites. But that is just my opinion. If you want to vote in this world of hypocrites and politics, check it out tonight. Register to vote. It's always important. And you have a button there here on Club WPT, and you can vote and register to vote. It is important. Everybody's vote is more important today than ever before, obviously. Anyway. I could never be a politician because I can't stand to lie about something I believe, you know? And that's what you would have to do as a politician. I mean, they're all lying through their teeth to get to that power because, you know, they think they're going to make the world better if they get in power, so it's worth it. But I could never do that. And I have some good thoughts about politics and stuff like that, but I could never even get involved. I don't like to even think about it. How phony people can be, right? So, Frank the Tank, that's the man I was talking about with his silly little chicken bone. And that was a great event. He brought all his buddies and they all had little chicken bones at the final table. It was brilliant. Really fun. By the way, at the Gardens Casino, Kevin, you guys have some good food there. You got a great little... It always comes back to the food with me. You haven't eaten, you know, you had the little pasta. But seriously, you guys have free food right there at the tournaments, right by the side. They come around with little tacos and meatballs. Free tea and coffee there at all times. I notice it. Love it. High ceilings. Good wine bar. So you guys should check out Cabins Casino. It used to be called the Hawaiian Gardens. I don't know whether you're still calling it Hawaiian Gardens, but it's the Garden Casino. And people are nice down there too. Everybody's great. Great place to play poker. So, whoa, why am I sitting out? It keeps flashing me on sitting out. Now I got a huge hand. We like to call this Big Slick. Ace King suited, baby. Let's torture him. Blinds are 4 and 8. And I'll just go up to 16. I'm going up to 24. Let's see if I get action. Oh, RD Hartso is calling me. Horrible flop for me. 954, and he's betting 800. I'm going to call that. Hope to hit an ace, king. Gosh, darn it, a queen. He's betting all in. He's all in. So he's got 9 something. I'm way behind. And that just disintegrated. I got to fold the hand. Nicely done. Yeah, pocket pool 76. Men the master. Okay, I got a pair of 6s, a mid pair here. He's making it 1,200 to go. Should I just shove? Okay, gang. I'm going to shove. And hope to get him out. And he might have ace queen. If he has a bigger pair, he'll probably call. This is what I do at this point. She's folded. He's called. What does he have? 8. Oh, no, that's bad for me. I'm going to be out of here. I'll be playing the cash game with you real soon. 7-7-3. All right. Ooh, okay, 5 and I win. And last card, I hit a 6. I just took him out on the river. That is a big win for me. That's a big win. Knocked out. No, Wishbone still has money, but I just sucked out there. Hello. Everybody always talks about how bad it is. There, I sucked out. I was behind. And I'm still involved. It could be my night. Okay, I'm missing all of you good stuff with the chat. Vote. There are 2 sides to a pandemic. True. To do with it, but in certain areas maybe the deaths are going up, so it's a mess. I don't want to put my side on it. I know there's 2 different opinions and people get very emotional, as we all do. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'm gonna think about the question of genres. My favorite movie, and if you guess it, you will win 5,000 tournament points. Mr. Clutch is saying the Gardens is the best. Yeah, it really is. It's a great one. Poker Diva. Oops, sorry if my message was not unique enough. Laughing out loud. But what did you say? I missed it. Was it? I don't know, Poker Diva. It's probably very unique. It doesn't have to be unique. I like to answer everybody if you want to hear what I have to say, but I don't know. Davey Wins just flopped a house with an ace foot. Nice. Kevin. Lamb chops, pepper steak, dim sum. Kevin is bragging now about his Gardens Casino. That's what they have there all the time. Lamb chops, pepper steak, dim sum. Lamb chops, pepper steak, dim sum. Tigers and bears. Oh my. At $5, orange chicken bowl. See, there you go. The best. Okay, Rick and Morty. Wow, busted out of the diamond, the bounty at the same moment. Whoa! Down the hatch, Rick and Morty's. Doesn't it, Stevie? Cabin Casino. They have good food there. Pocket Pool 76. What are the Royal Flush Girls up to? Do you keep in touch during the hiatus and can they collect unemployment? I think they're collecting unemployment. They do a lot of other gigs as well. I love all those girls. They're so sweet and they were hardworking. And I do stay in touch with them and to see how they're doing. And so they all have their separate lives. And you know, World Poker Tour is it's not a constant for their careers. They do many different things, modeling and acting and all that. So, but they are great. I will tell them that you asked about them. Yeah, Cabby, thank you. Right? What a great catch! I'm embarrassed almost, but that's what poker's about. Sometimes you got to say, "Hey, I got lucky," right? I got unlucky, and I got lucky. That's poker. Everybody's, "Oh, I'm the best player. I have to win with the best. I went in with the best." Forget all that. Did you win? There's going to be good and bad. You know, Phil Hellmuth, I love the guy. He's fun, but he's always That guy was a sucker. Why did he call me? That jackass had to. That's part of the game. I sucked out here. I will get sucked out over there. Doesn't matter. That's all part of the game. Got to roll with it. You can't complain with this stuff. I don't think. What do you think? But right now, it makes the game interesting. I'm on a roll. I got some chips. We got 826 players left. I'm still involved. Lynch Cats, you're saying there's no Anna Marie to fix this. Okay, Millie, there's no two sides to a Pat Medallion. You misquoted Sparkbuck. There is not two sides to a Pat. I don't. But there is. There's contrasting scientists and contrasting people. Say this and then that's that. Yeah, who to believe? Science first. Okay. Of course, but there's many scientists that have conflicting opinions on it. Right? Am I wrong? All right. Kevin is saying he's looking forward to hosting the stream team, including little. Absolutely. Let's do that at Gardens Casino. Get all the stream team out there and we can talk politics. We can drink. Win some money. Eat the lamb chops on the side. Cup of tea for free. Oh, thanks, Poker Diva. I'm enjoying this, enjoying playing with you all. Really am. Lots of fun. Asheville Frost, while a stiff drink helps, how do others recover from playing onto what? Interesting question. I think poker will make you tougher because you basically learn to take hits. It's like in sports, you win or lose. Not everybody gets a trophy. At least that's what it used to be. And in poker, it's the same way. Not everybody's going to be the winner. And you've got to accept that. And I'm going to go out of this. And I think it's a good thing. So many people take it differently. But if you're a poker player, be proud that you can take it. Not everybody can. And sometimes you lose, you go broke, and it hurts. It hurts. But you take that pain, and you come back, and then when you win, you feel good. So that's how I think people recover. You either do or you don't. It's just like life. Uh-oh. It's not you, Vince, about the unique. It's chat box. Okay. Okay. Just checking. Quit making me hungry. Yep, I gotcha. I gotcha. Poker Diva. Oh, thanks, Poker Diva. Let's keep laughing, right? Stuart Ace is saying, do you still commentate on the WPT? Haven't seen it in ages. Yes. 19th season. We're going into the 19th season. It is so exciting. And yes, I'll be doing a ton of shows again. Still doing it. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have a great job. I really am. Love what I do. Thanks for asking. Oh, man. Should I call this? 1600. I'm going to get out. Play conservative. We grind. Ashley Frost throw stuff helps. Do you throw stuff? I haven't done that too often. I was in poker games where players would get mad and we'd have pizza and you have a pizza box and they would take how can you call that? And they take the pizza box and throw it across the table, hit somebody with pizza. Seen that. Saw a guy at a casino in Southern Cal about 15 years ago. And I was wondering, 3,200, Jesus. All right, I'm getting very involved in this. And he wound up getting kicked out of the casino and he came back with a gun, waving it around at all of us. He was arrested. Nothing horrible happened. So there's some sore losers out there for sure. Lynch Cats, you're out. You're out of everything. Oh, man. All right. Just guts it out. Take the pain. Come back tomorrow. Yep. There's a variance. You got to make the best decisions. Yes, Warcraft, Ginger's stream. Yep. Sometimes you're good. Sometimes you're bad, Lone Wolf. I know. But you know what? It makes you tough. You got to be tough in life. You got to take the hits. You got to go broke. You got to feel broke before you can appreciate win. You got, this game will down. You think you're the best player in the world. I know what I'm doing. And then, boom, you lose all money. And that humbles you. And that makes you a better person. Just don't go too broke all the time. That makes you a broke person. Okay. A Western, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Brilliant. True. What a great movie. Great movie. I'm going to get that question so we don't... The break has begun. Okay, so I'm going to go into a genre and then write down my favorite movie in the genre. If you happen to guess it, you're the first person to guess it. All right, be right back with the break and the question for... What was that thriller Michael Douglas was in with Glenn Close? Oh, yeah. Okay. I kept the microphone on. I should have turned it off. Hope no one heard me. All right, microphone's back on. Hello. Open this up. Look outside a little bit, but okay. When it cue to you. Okay, I'm just wondering when you talk about the players' cards when you're close. Okay, Stuart H, you're asking when they cut to us. It's pre-recorded. It's pre-recorded. Yes. Yeah, we're not talking about the cards. When we actually see the show, when we're doing the show on the World Poker Tour, we're not seeing the cards live. We see that later. So, we grind. You don't self-destruct. Yep. You do try and put things into perspective. Yes, that's what you do. We grind. Helps to know that there is always tomorrow. We got tomorrow. We grind. Oh man, I must be the best person. I have been humbled way too many times. I'm the best person in the world. It makes you a good person. Makes you strong. If you didn't gamble, but I guess we gamble in all facets of life anyhow, even if you're not actually putting your money out in a casino or poker. We're always gambling, putting ourselves on the line. But if you do it in gambling, the cash is right there, so you see it. It's a little more immediate. So there's something to that. It's good to gamble a bit and not get too crazy with hard-earned money. Don't go nuts. Okay. Anna Marie is texting me. She left me. And she's texting me saying, oh, it sounded great. Sorry you almost had a nervous breakdown. Thank you, Anna Marie. If you really were sorry, make sure it stops streaming on the side indicating you're streaming. Okay, thank you, Millennial. Well, that's that. That's from Anna Marie. They're so cocky when they're right. Okay. I'm going to go right back to the action here. I've got some chips. Lynn is in Australia filming a movie. Yes, is she really? Great. Okay. And Matt and Lynn were hooked up with copyright free. And how is it worth anything? It's pretty good. It's okay. I'm very particular about music. I don't want to put some crappy music in the background, but maybe it's terrific. You guys let me know. Kevin, are you about to have an ice cream sandwich? Something great about an ice cream sandwich. Okay. This cat's going to free roll. What? Jason? Fatal Instinct. You guys heard? Okay. I didn't turn my mic off and I asked my wife what's a good genre. Okay. I'm taking everything back. Well, thanks for being honest, because that's not right. Okay, going into a different genre right now. Spur of the moment. Damn, you guys have good ears. You all heard. That's classic. I was 40 feet away. It was going to be a thriller. Look at that. I said, and I forgot the name of it for a second, but it's a great movie. And I said, what's that with the Fatal Attraction was going to be it. Love that movie in the thriller genre, right? Here's the quiz question. Hey. Now I got to think of another one. Don't rush me. Pressure here. I got something. I got something. Genre. 5,000 tournament points. The first that puts it up on the chat. You chat stream people. Stream team. First person that puts it up will be the winner of the 5,000 points. Jeremy is watching everything behind the curtain. Here we go. It is a genre of horror film. What's my favorite film in the genre of horror? I'll see it in 3 minutes. I got it written down right here. Already wrote it down. Boom. Good luck. All right. What the heck?
See how you can call an all-in bet with an A7 offset.
Lines are only 15 and 30. That's a huge overraise, perhaps. Tough to pick up these kind of hands and get action with them.
You can see how.
All right. Looks like I'm going to be all in. Oh, okay. I have 8-jack. I'm behind. This could be it. I'll be going to a cash game right after this, just for fun. I have a shot. He's still in front with ace high. I need to hit a 5. No, gosh darn it. 5, 8, or a jack. 8 he gets us, so I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. That's the way it goes. I'm going to a cash game. Do not panic. Do not adjust your television. I just finished 578 in this tournament. I'm okay with that. I will live to see tomorrow. And I've got the questions you're going to be putting down. The first person that gets the genre, horror, my favorite film in that genre, will win the 5,000 tournament points. Very exciting. Meanwhile, good luck, everyone. And I'm going to go to a ring game. Ring game. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you can play so many different events here on Club WPT. Uh-oh. I'm going to go back because maybe you'll join me. I don't want to join wait lists. So, I'm going to go to, let's try San Fran. Check that out. See if I can get in there. San Fran. It's a cash game, ring game. Oh, the seat's open. San Fran, I'll play. Okay, I'm going to take a lot of money. Jump in now. I think there's a whole bunch of seats. If you want to play any cash with me in a game called San Fran. And I'm buying it for 25K. See if any of you join me. Got a good microphone. Good. Really? It's a good microphone. Oh, because you guys heard me out there 50 feet away asking my wife. But this is better. Now, I like the horror genre even better. And whoever gets it first up on the chat is the winner. So, we grind. I don't pay attention to music on streams. Okay. Most have music in the background. That's right. Poker Diva, my husband's snoozing away right now. That's what summers are for. Sorry, Vince. Johnny Haas saying 7 days to Vegas. That would be in the gambling genre. Genre, perhaps. Evan's saying I was going to say Basic Instinct. Yep, I know. That's the best thriller. That's great too. What is the genre? I told you. Okay, here we go. Lone Wolf. The 13th, no. The Thing, no. Psycho, no. Mr. Blusky, Friday the 13th, no. Amity Horror, no. The Changeling. Rock Squid. What'd you say, Rock Squid? The Exorcist. Boom. Wait. There it is. Rock Squid wins. Rock Squid, you have won. That's, I think, the best horror film. Appreciate. The Shining, Rosemary, oh, they're all great. The original Frankenstein was genius. It really was. I think it was made in 1928 or something like that. The Birds, great. Hell Night, thank you, PB2. That was the film I was in. Oh, with Linda Blair. But gosh darn it. Rock Squid. I'm going to put that down right here. You have won. I think Exorcist was unbelievable. How scary was that? People were fainting in the audience. They were out. Fainting. Crippled. I mean, that's very... Night of the Living Dead. Las Vegas, China. Oh, yeah. Great movie. Omen was fantastic. Chainsaw Massacre, of course. God, there's a lot of good ones. Phantasm. The Thing. Some good horror films. Do you guys agree with me? Exorcist? Got to be up there. Halloween. I tell my kids, oh, you guys got to see The Exorcist. They look, they go, oh, they yawned. They said, but that's because 30 years later, they've already done the cliches, so you've seen that. So repetitive, so it doesn't have quite the same factor. Nightmare on Elm Street, sure. Evil Dead, sure. Funny. Very funny. So we got The Exorcist. I'm at San Fran table. Okay, Mike Royal, thank you for joining me. I'm going to play a little heads up maybe. There we go. Anybody else wants to join us for a bit? The Blair Witch Project, We Grind is saying. I really thought it was real. I know. They did a great thing there. They made it like a documentary. That was brilliant. They made the film for $100,000. We all know the rest. Stuart Ace, do you know? Uh-oh. I'm involved with his hand with Mike Royal. Let's see what Mike does. Oh, he's going to raise. I got to fold, Mike. Good raise. Chucky. Johnny, haha. Chucky. Jennifer Tilly, right? Pretty great. I got to watch that. I never gave that a fair chance. And she's really fun and a wonderful actress. And she's in 7 Days to Vegas. But I never really watched the whole thing, but I know what a big following it has. Whoa, look at this. Everybody's joining me. Okay. I gotta... Chips Lollick is in with me. Mr. Clutch Logo. Welcome. Lynch Cat's here. Yep. Jason SD. Mini all here. Lilybug 1481. Nice. Look at this. How do you like that? Oh my gosh. What is she betting? 600. Oh boy. I got a herder here. I got a big hand, guys. What? I'm going to call. It filled? She sure did. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I just lost a big pot deal. Thank you. Exorcist was so scary. I know. Psycho. Rock Squid, what is your username? Jeremy Clemens. On the T there. Doctor Strange.
Yeah. 25 and 50. Here we go. Daniel looks down at a 10-6 offsuit.
Well, he's been the most aggressive.
Wait a second. If you shut him, I'll give him 6K. Okay, Jeremy's saying if I do this for 6K. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Rock Squid. Good call. Good quick call. Mini Aussie. We're all in this camera. It's very exciting. Mike Royal, Chipsaholic, Mr. Clutch Logo, Lynch Cats, Jason SD, Mini Aussie, Lilybug, 14801. I love do 7. Let's load it up. What's the worst horror movie? Exorcist 2. It's pretty bad. But there was a 3. There was Exorcist 3. And that was horrible. Right? That was horrible. The original Poltergeist scared the hell out of me. Yep. Could have been better. missed a little bit. That took place in Massapequa, originally from an original story in Massapequa, Long Island. And am I thinking of the right movie? No, maybe not. Poltergeist. Maybe not. I'm thinking of a different movie, a different horror film. Okay, so yep, easy does it, Rock Squid. He does it. The power. I know. How about when they showed the she's walking on like a spider on the ceiling? Ah, come on. Come on. Joe Sharingo saw The Exorcist in Germany, didn't understand a word, and still scary. It's so right. You're right. When a movie is great, you don't even hear what they're saying. And that goes for any type of film. You can understand if the acting is great, you don't even have to see what they're saying. You can see it. You don't have to hear it. It's very true. So that's interesting. You can tell if it's a bad movie with the volume off. That's always been my opinion. Wait a second. What do we got here? Rock Squid liked George C. Scott in Day of the Dolphin. Oh my God. Interesting. I got to give that a fair chance again. Anyone see Blair Witch 2? Is saying that was up there with the worst. Yeah, it must have been. How do you know? It's a one-trick pony. Had the shaky camera going around, huffy voice, and you're going to do a second one? They always say never try to do a great film again. And it's so true. Never try to repeat a classic. Try to repeat something that should have been great, but was bad. And then you have something, you can make that great. And I agree with that. Slayosaurus, True 16, Exorcist, I haven't watched again since it came out. Today, even though I hear the theme music, gives me the creeps. It's so true. Creepiest movie of all time. Oh. I did a movie called Hell Night, 1980, with Linda Blair. And it was a horror film, and after she had made it, it was okay. It's okay. We did it for a month out in Redlands, California. And it has a little, it's like it wasn't a horror film, maybe a B. And it came out. But she was great. She's actually a great person, Linda. Fantastic. Good actress. Poker Diva, when is WPT have again? I think it's going to be August or September. We'll do something. Maybe start up with the bicycle, in September in LA. We're going to figure this whole thing out. I mean, they're getting better. The doctors are getting better at figuring out not making this as bad. So lots will be told in the next 2 or 3 weeks because of the Vegas casinos being open and poker houses, So I would estimate late August, September for WPT live event. Yep. Yep. Shaking this thing. Yep. Costa Rica. I got this in Costa Rica, I guess. Oh. Nice. Got no music in the background. Nope. You guys must be watching a lot of movies out there. Everybody is, right? I'm watching a lot of documentaries. I like to watch documentaries a lot, so I finally got Netflix, and I'm storing up all my favorites to watch when I went to. But Poker Diva's saying Jaws 3, one of the worst. Yeah, Dennis Quaid, right? By the way, I don't want to brag, but I was offered to play the son in Jaws 2. It was the lead role back in the day. I was 17. And I was a real offer. They wanted me 20 weeks work in Cape Cod. And I wound up turning it down for doing another film. And I regret that because it would have been fun. And I would have been in Jaws too. And you remember the son, the 17-year-old son? You know, that was my part. So I almost did that film, but I didn't. So, and it wasn't bad. Jaws 2 was pretty good. And you're right, Jaws 3 got one bum, ba-dum, bum. Horrible. But Jaws in itself, when it first came out, I didn't think it was all that good. Then I look at it over and over again. I go, wow, really great, really great. What was his name? Stan Shaw? Not Stan Shaw, but Robert Shaw, great English actor. And Richard Dreyfuss, when he was young, and their conflict in the boat, just great stuff. Great film. Steven Spielberg. I think he was only 28 when he directed that. What a film. Have they ever made another good job? Not many. Open Sea. Open Sea, I think it's called. I saw it about 15 years ago. That was pretty good. About a couple that goes in the Caribbean and they're snorkeling and then they get left behind. And that was pretty good about sharks. But other than you guys like any other shark movies? I don't know. Jaws was unbelievable. What is the funniest movie? God, very tough to tell. But you know, Caddyshack is pretty good. I mean, if you really just want to laugh, Along Came Polly. Pretty funny for a while. I mean, there's so many classics. But if you really had to just stick in a funny movie, what would it be? I love Deuce to say, not true. The one sequel is as good as the original. Really? Jaws 2? Okay. I never saw the movie Pin. LA Confidential, Poker's Life is saying, is good. Yeah. Absolutely. Creep Show, Stevie 67, as a horror film, of course. I don't think I ever saw it. Vacation, We Grind, yeah. Yeah, the original Vacation, right? It's very good. Very good. Whoa! And Rock Squid, you're saying the Turning Stone Casino in New York is seven-handed with masks. Who'd have thought? They all said, oh, poker players aren't coming back. They don't want to put masks on or you know, the glass in front of them. Yeah, they do. It's okay. It's okay. If you think in your mind that you're not going to catch anything, I don't care if there's a piece of glass in front of me. Because like 6 weeks ago, we thought, oh my God, you can't do that. But it's a very strange thing we're all going through. All right, Arab, you're saying that there's 10,000 new cases in Florida daily. Okay, but are they testing 100 or 200,000? Probably 100,000. Probably testing 100,000. Isn't the rate about 8% that get tested have it? And they usually have symptoms before they get tested. They say that is the big, you know, what is the hospitalization rate and how many people are passing away because of it. Because if you keep testing, you know, you're going to obviously see more cases. But listen, I'm no scientist. I'm no doctor. I'm just out there trying to do the right thing. Okay, We Grind, you don't like seeing the poker rooms, the plexiglass. I know. A bank teller. Yeah. Ah, it's funny. It's so true. We are. That's great. Jaws 3. How about the bad picture they say was Heaven's Gate? You know, that was considered to be the worst over. They made it for $100 million 30 years ago, which would have been the equivalent of $500 million today. And it didn't work. But if you look at it, It's bad, but it's a good bad. Also, what about what was Dreamgirls? About the one in Vegas? It was Strip Girls, Strip. That was a bad good movie, a good bad movie, right? You watch it now, you go, oh, that was kind of fun. It's so bad. Yeah, Jaws 2. I could have done Jaws 2, whatever. I did instead of Jaws 2. God, I forget. Turned down Jaws 2 to do something else, some stupid thing. I should have done Jaws 2. But I had a great time all summer. Oh, I did The Bionic Boy, $6 Million Man, 2-part special. That was supposed to be a series. I did that instead of Jaws 2. That's right. Seemed like the right thing at the right time, but I should have done Jaws 2. I hate when I make a big Sharknado. Have not given that a fair chance. It's pretty good. It's okay, right? Open water. That's it. Open water. Pretty scary. Totally. Why am I out of this cash game? I want to play the cash game. Deep Blue Sea was fun. We never saw that. I want to check that one out. Deep Blue Sea. The Shallows! Ha ha ha! Kevin, that's a good call. Watch The Shallows. Come on. Weak. Phony. Get out of the water. Get out of the water. Creepy for a while, though, getting in. But once the shark is there, they didn't know where to go with it. Second act, third act, my opinion. But you're right. In the beginning, it was pretty good. And the actress, I forget her name, is very quite good. But a lot of holes in that. But pretty good. The Wedding Singer. It's fantastic. Caddyshack 2 is about the worst sequel ever. Beverly Hills Cop. Sure. Great. Papa Poker 77. You made it to the 10K. Oh, on the break. Good going. Good luck. European Vacation, the worst. Oh my God. So many movies out there. I should put some thinking into it next. So I'm going to swap with Tony. He's going to take my place the next Friday. Kevin to say all John Hughes movies in the 80s are funny. It's so true. That guy was a genius director. Just Home Alone's alone. Just then with John Candy. Just great. Planes, Trains, Automobiles, genius. Great stuff. But next week, Tony's going to take Friday. I'll take Thursday because I'm going on my trip on Friday. And I'm going to think of something good. Should it be movie related? Maybe. Right? Oh. Poker, blessed to be in a small town in Canada. God bless you. You know it. Poker's life. Just live. Stay healthy. Uh-oh. Betsy's Wedding. Mike Rowe was saying Betsy's Wedding. I remember that. Alan Alda directed that and wrote it, didn't he? I will watch that again. That's good 20, 30 years ago. Alan Alda, that's right. Joe, I know. COVID-19. Oh, gosh, your assistant is very sick. We lost the patient. Oh my God. Joe, I'm so sorry. It's terrible. You're living the real thing. Gosh. My prayers out to you. Then you got Showgirls. That was it. Showgirls was horrible, but a good horrible, right? It was one of those really badly done. But if you watch it now, you go, it's so bad, it's fascinating. And you can't take your eyes off it. Oh man, Joe. Yeah, that just takes. That's just a different level. Many people aren't living that, but you are, and it's just a nightmare. I'm so sorry. 26,197. Alien was a great one. So true. Alien was a great movie. Great movie. Went to it like the second day it opened with my father, standing in line outside. We used to stand in lines outside movie theaters. Standing in line for an hour. Big line. And all of a sudden, the gens and everybody's walking out that just saw the movie. And we saw, all of a sudden, a buddy of ours, Jeff Ballard, is walking out of there. And he's walking out. And we go, hey, Jeff. He goes, oh, hi. He goes, I just saw the movie. We said, oh, really? Good. He goes, in a loud voice, he goes, just keep your eyes on the doctor. And the whole crowd that was standing in line went, oh! He gave away the ending. Just keep your eyes on the doctor. You just saw Alien, the movie. Just keep your eyes on the doctor. Classic story. And then he walks away. The whole audience was groaning. Gave the ending away, the twist. It's a true story. And getting back to horror films, District 9. That was pretty awesome. Stuart Ace, do I enjoy my time on Baywatch? I did. It was pretty cool. Did about 5 shows on Baywatch. And they're all great people. I love David Hasselhoff, a great guy. We had fun. Yep. Yeah, I was on Baywatch like 5 segments back in the late 90s. And it was a figuring out whether I was going to do it as a series for the long run or not, but it was fun. Didn't wind up doing that. Just did about 5 segments. I didn't play a lifeguard. I played a doctor. That was silly. John Candy. He was one of the greats. That's like Laurel and Hardy. John Candy. Just passed away way too soon. He's so brilliant. One of the funniest guys ever. Getting back into this. Uncle Buck. Mike Ross saying we got the pleasure of meeting Tim Ross. Russ, 4 months did his one-liner from Spaceballs. Really? That's great. That's great. Spaceballs is one of those movies you can just rent and just enjoy. You know? Don't think, just have a few laughs. Thanks, Poker Life. Poker is life. Okay, good night, Rock Squid. Hey, congratulations on the great call there. Mr. Clutch just got kicked out of the ring. I got to go too. Just had a great time. Spaceballs, my hand is up for planes, trains, automobile for sure. Mojo, good night. Everybody take care. Once again, Joe Sharingo, my blessings to you and everybody in the office. And you guys try to stay as safe as possible. And everybody else. I think I'm going to get out of this game, this cash game. But all my friends are playing. Lynch Cats, Mr. Blue Skates, Chip Solid, Mike Royal. I love Do 7. Cub 1414. Me, Aussie, Jason. Guys, continue. Have fun. I will say goodbye for now. And we'll see you next week. I'll be checking in. And everybody take good care. Great time for the stream team. Always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us. And talk to you all later.